Yeah, the reason this is titled Dear Mainstream Media, I discovered the Dear 13-Year-Old Boys video probably a month ago. So, title inspired for clickbait. Let's get it. It's not really clickbait, though. I really do hate the mainstream media, but maybe not for what you think. It's not for basketball. It's not for football. It's not for any sport. It's not for video games. It's not for movies. It's not for TV shows. This time, it is for mental illness. I am very mad at the mainstream media for mental illness, and what mental illness they like to highlight, and what mental illness people have been babying, and all that type of stuff for the past 100 years, or more, however many years they've been giving people all this stuff to help compensate for stuff. So, yes, I am not going to be bagging on autistic or Down syndrome kids. I'm not gonna be just like, they shouldn't be getting all this stuff. No, they should be. They should be getting this stuff. They should be getting whatever they need to help them succeed in life. They truly do deserve that, because it's not their fault that they have that condition. It's not their fault. It's not their parents' fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just natural selection, okay? It's just randomized. You know when you go, you scratch off a scratch-off ticket, and it's a lottery, it's like, it's random, and it's very rare, but it's getting kind of not rare. But, like, it's a little less rare. It's less rare than the lottery. So, like, it's random. You may have a kid, you have more chances of a kid not having a disability than a kid having a disability. Disabilities are somewhat rare. They're kind of not rare, but you know what I'm saying. It's not me to determine whether it's rare or not. I just know that it's not like there's a higher chance of getting a mentally ill kid than a non-mentally ill kid or a special needs kid. Whatever term you use. No, I'm going to be talking about how I hate how the mainstream media treats something that I have that that parents who also have this problem, like I have seen my parents do, fight school after school after school. Once I move up from in my school, we had so far I've gone through 3 different schools, and it's they had a kindergarten to first grade thing. Then they had a kindergarten to first grade, then they had a second to 4th grade, and then they had there was one other school that I went to for a year for 5th grade that they just now became K through 5, and my old school that was 2nd grade through 4th grade is now K through 5. It's all in the same school district. I'm still in the school district and stuff that I'm in. It's just all different schools. Sometimes you'll go to different schools in the district. And then now, what I go to is 6th through 8th. I am in 7th. I know, I look like I should be in 5th grade. I take that as a compliment, because it means I look younger. And, yeah, I'm short, but I'll just take it as a compliment, because let's just say my mom has been, people have told her that she looks like she's in her 20s, random people, you know how some people come into work, a workplace, and an inspector, and check up on all the people, and be like, your age is 20, I'm guessing, or something like that. Yeah, my mom has been guessed to be 20, my dad has been guessed to be 30s. They're in their 30s and 40s. Dad's in their 40s, mom's in their 30s. So, I'm going to be happy when I'm, in my 30s and 40s, and people are like, hey, you in your 20s, you in your 30s? Nah, I'm in my 40s, boy. Yeah. But I'm not, I'm in my teens. Well, not my teens, almost, I'm preteen. 12, I'm 12, people, okay? Age reveal, I'm 12. Holy crap, totally couldn't guess that. Focus. Camera, thank you, camera. 12, big age reveal. So, yeah. But yeah, the term that I'm going to be talking about is called dyslexia. I didn't sneeze. As a YouTuber that I watch puts it, Young Don the Sauce God, he talked about dyslexia and how his parents, if he said the word dyslexia, his parents would have been like, bless you. Not my joke, it's his, okay. But yeah, it's basically a condition. If you're too lazy to look it up, not lazy, I'll just tell you. It makes it hard to read and write. It's not something that makes you, like, act strange or look different or make you act strange and look different or have to have you in a wheelchair. Those ones are common to the crippled people. Like, not all of them have, like, names. Not all people know the names that make you, of the syndromes that make you crippled and have to be in a wheelchair all your life, but people give those people special things too. I'm not trying to say that they don't deserve it. They do. They need it. Okay? Don't think that I'm trying to say that they don't need it and that they should just act like every other kid, because they aren't like every other kid. And if you find that offensive, that's just the truth, okay? The reason they're getting this stuff is because they are different, but it's to help them fit in. The things that make them different, people are trying to get them to try and fit in, okay? They're trying to make it so that they don't get bullied, they don't get harassed, they don't get discriminated. They're trying to help them because of their differences, and in order to help them with differences, you have to admit that they are different. You can't just play it off and act like they aren't different. My camera's running out of time. I need to be right back. Let's just get back to what I was saying about dyslexia. So yeah, it doesn't do any of that. It just makes it hard to read and write. Me, I have a very high, like, reading score. It's called Lexile score at my school. It's in, like, college levels, okay? Weird flex, bro, but okay, yeah. Flexing on the haters, got nothing to flex. Skinny white boy, let's get it. Skinny white boy gang. Skinny white boy gang. But yeah, so, it doesn't make you terrible at reading. It's just sometimes, like, it'll make you mix up words or skip multiple lines without even realizing it. And do, like, stuff like that. It makes you skip lines, mix up words. Words look all jumbled and strange, and it's just, like, weird. Writing, it makes your handwriting terrible. It's just, my handwriting is absolute garbage. My N's, yeah, they look like H's. The line on them is so long, sometimes I'll put. Yeah. It's been a rough school life. We'll get to school stories about dyslexia, don't worry. But yeah, mainstream media decides to focus. Now, when I talk about this, it'll sound like I'm hating on autism and stuff like that. I am not. So if you are autistic, or if you support kids with autism and have donated to foundations to help them, that's good. Not if you're autistic, that's not good. Hopefully you live with that condition, learn to live with that condition, and you can make it through life. People who donate to autistic organizations and stuff, good for you. I am not trying to make them feel bad about themselves, okay? Don't get mad, okay? Just a prank, bro. But mainstream media, it focuses on autism, Down syndrome, and all these different random syndromes that make you crippled and stuff like that. And it makes it harder. Well, it makes it easier for them to get the stuff they need, which is good. But it makes it harder for especially kids with dyslexia, because schools are like, for a minute I thought, I looked back there because that Atari looked like my TV fell. But they're like, what, how does this affect you? Is it making you act out in class? No. Well, pretend you're a principal talking. This is how some of the principals have talked to my parents. Is it making your son act up in class? No. Is it making him do strange things, act strange ways? No. No, it just makes it hard for him to read and write, and that brings down his grades. and it makes it harder for him to do schoolwork. We will not give him any help. I have literally seen principals. Now, there's some good principals, but I've seen my parents spend hours in conference rooms with principals just to try and get some help. Get a teacher to help. Get me, special, tell me how to, give me special tools to help my handwriting. Have me go in a room and work on my handwriting. They have spent hours after days and days of constant fighting with principals, of trying to get me things that I need to help with my disability. And it's bullcrap that they should have to fight for it. Because you walk into a conference room, again, this is the last time I'm going to say it, I'm not trying to offend kids with autism stuff. You walk into a classroom, you walk into a principal's office, hey, my son has autism or Down syndrome or any list of other things that make you look strange, act strange, all that different type of stuff. He just has that. Principal's like, yeah, give him free time whenever he gets mad, give him a special assistant, teacher assistant to help him with stuff. Give him different assorted stress toys and stuff like that. Give him stuffed animals, stuff to help him calm down in class. Yeah, we'll get that done for you, ma'am. You walk in, hey, my son has dyslexia. Can you help him? That way he gets good grades. Which I have been getting good grades, and I have never been held back. But I have had bad grades before because of dyslexia, and it's only because these people will not help me. Now, I have had teachers individually help me, but that's very rare. But yeah, so they're like, you walk in, you say, my son has dyslexia, he's gonna need help. Seriously, he's gonna need help, or else he's going to die in English class. In reading class, he's going to get a good grade, but he's going to be skipping lines all the time. So could you help him? They've designed actually glasses to help you with dyslexia, to help you not skip lines and stuff. So we haven't asked for that yet, but probably in the future, maybe. Yeah, my son has dyslexia. It's going to bring down his grades. Can you help him? Sorry, no. No, he looks completely fine. For all we know, you could be lying to us. Get a 404 done stat. Get all this random assorted crap done, okay? That will cost lots of money. Here, go do that, then come back to me. Then I'll give you your help. It's just this is going to sound sad, but about 40% of my early memories when I first got diagnosed with dyslexia were school experiences, where my parents in conference rooms with assorted mental illness doctors and teachers and principals trying to tell them that this is a problem and that I need help. And that I should get this stuff. And it's just sad, because, I would absolutely hate the idea of my parents having to fight this much, when in reality I was I didn't really understand until later. 4th, 3rd, 2nd grade. Didn't understand really what it was and how much I needed the stuff that they were refusing to give my parents after constant fighting. And it was just, I grew sort of a hatred. Not really hatred. Hate's a strong word, but it might be the right word. For people who would refuse to give my parents and me respect and that. And I hated it. As a first grader, and when I started understanding it when I was in 2nd and 3rd grade, I would have nightmares of night terrors, nightmares that would seem so real, about spending days in a conference room with the principal and seeing my parents fight them over trying to give me help that I truly needed. And it was terrible. It was bullcrap, and it's dumb that you walk in and you say, hey, my son or daughter, I'm going to say son because I'm not trying to be sexist, but I just, let me, okay? I really don't give a crap. They have autism or whatever, can't you see? Can you give us help? Yeah, sure, we'll give you help. Here you go. Go. But it's just bullcrap. And then I also see on the news, so-and-so has opened a place for autistic and mentally disabled people to work. That way they can find work. But guess what? It's only available to people with autism and Down syndrome and all the other stuff that I said. If you're dyslexic, heck to the no, you ain't getting in there. Who do you think you are? You look normal. You look normal. I'm not gonna give you a freaking job. Even though it counts as a real illness. Sorry, not gonna give you a job. Just no. You don't deserve it. Well, I'm in the eyes of a person who's trying to get into one of these places. I don't deserve it. I have suffered through years of torment through teachers and stuff trying to fit in with my dyslexia in school systems. It just never worked. You're going to tell me that because it doesn't appear like I have this thing that I don't deserve this? I don't deserve to get help that I legitimately need? It's bullcrap. Absolute bullcrap. And then, probably my second grade teacher, we'll call her Mrs. M, arguably probably the best teacher that I've ever had in schooling. She was the only person who would give me help and take me into separate rooms and stuff and give me help with dyslexia. She would give me stuff to help me with how I hold a pencil, because up until probably like third or fourth grade, well actually second grade was where I finally learned the fundamentals of holding a pencil correctly. I would hold a pencil wrong. How do you hold a pencil wrong? Dyslexia is freaking out, that's how. And she taught me. She gave me these tools to help learn. And so far, it's not that I've had bad teachers, but she's the only one who's really reached out and helped with my dyslexia. And it brings a smile to my face thinking about it. That after so many, at that point it had been like my third year of finding out we had dyslexia. I had dyslexia, and all the other teachers really. My first grade teacher really just, it wasn't my correct one. My correct one was on maternity leave, but this one was like substitute. Was so demanding and just wanted to. And whenever I would mess up and say sorry, maybe it has something to do with dyslexia, maybe my parents have been telling the principal to get me help, maybe you could help me, she would say no. Get that weak stuff out of here. You're a guy. You're a guy who looks normal, okay? So you're gonna just do this like everybody else. You're going to be treated the same even though you aren't the same. Because guess what? I don't freaking care. You are going to rot and die in a hole for all I care. As long as I don't get in trouble and lose my job, I'll do whatever I want to do. Flipping an imaginary wall off in the background. Way I don't get hate from YouTube. Fudge it. Fudge it. It's bullcrap. And then my fourth grade teacher, who my mom was very excited to have being my fourth grade teacher because she had a kid with Down syndrome, and this makes me laugh. She has her husband go out on her motorcycle throughout her neighborhood with a little carriage on the side with her son in it, and then they would have a little, like, thing in the back that they would haul, and people would throw money and candy into it. All because this kid had Down syndrome. Now, he probably, yes, he needs that for his parents to get him special stuff. But he did that, and they had their own little name for it too. But the thing that makes me angry about it is you do that to me saying, hey, this kid has dyslexia. I'm going to throw crap into it because you're like, it's not going to affect him. It's not going to do anything to him. You're just asking for money. And it doesn't get attention. Nobody cares about it except for people with the kids that have this condition. And half the people who have this condition don't even get it tested for. Don't even get tested for it because they just go throughout school thinking they're stupid. Like my mom said, she didn't get it tested. She didn't find out until like later, like 3rd or 4th grade, and the rest of the time after that, after she found out she had it, she was a straight A student in school. Not lying. She has gone to college twice, not because she was a dropout, but because the second time she was going to become a lab tech, where she currently works, she has graduated at near the top of her class before, and she's very smart. My mom is very smart. But the rest of up to that, she just went through school thinking that she was stupid. But then she finally got it treated, and it was fine. This is probably gonna be the longest video that I've ever recorded, but I don't care. I have so much to talk about, and it's bull crap that because it doesn't look like I have a condition that I truly have, that I don't get the stuff that I need. And it just piles on top of everything else. And it's not like, and it's like the stuff they ask us to do to get tested and stuff is like a lot of money to prove. When we got one test done, just to see, like, the doctor had it done. Didn't cost that much, but the rest of the stuff freaking did. So we did finally find out that I had dyslexia, because my mom was like, she had dyslexia, so she was like, he has this, probably. She had a feeling in her gut, she got it tested, and I had it. So I was one of the people God selected. Some people that I know don't even know I have it. Only people that I really get to know and be my friend know that I have this condition. And, yeah. It's just, you hear stories about kids at a young age being traumatized when they're an adult because of stuff that happens, and I don't want to end up like that, because it traumatized me. Imagine you're a little 6-year-old, and then you see your parents yelling at a principal to get you help that you truly deserve, and then the principal and teacher taking that out on you because they're mad at your parents for them doing the right thing. And then you just have no idea what's going on except for seeing that. And then and as a 1st grader, as a 6-year-old, you guys know, like, it's terrible. You hate having nightmares. It's way more traumatizing having nightmares than really any other age, because you're really vulnerable then. Imagine having those for night after night after night after night. Like, sometimes they would continue. I'd have the same dream for a week, because they just, didn't believe them. And it's stupid that it should have to be this way. I'm running out of time, and I still have more to say, really, so I'll make a shorter part 2. I'm going to leave you with one message until I get that part 2 done. If you're a principal and you're watching this, if a parent comes up to you and says that their kid has dyslexia, say we will give you the help that you need, and just give us some time to, if you don't know what it is, give us some time to search up what he might need. And then what's within your budget that you could do that. Do as much as you can to help him or her or whatever kid that the parent says has dyslexia. Because you may think they're lying, but then they might not be lying, really, because people don't know about dyslexia unless their kid has it or they have it. So there's really no way for them to lie about it. So just give them the help that they need. That's all for this time. Hashtag, this is a real hashtag if you want to post this. Hashtag dyslexia lives matter. It's kind of serious. See you guys hopefully next time. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share. Really don't care. Turn on the notification bell if you want.